right here. We're about to get started. If you've been here before, then you can just come back when the countdown clock hits 0. But if this is your very first lesson, then I got a couple things I want to talk to you about. All right, so if you weren't here last week, don't worry, you didn't need to be. We're doing a brand new song this week, and if you haven't played piano before, don't worry, we're doing 5 different levels. You can definitely do level 1. You are going to need to click on the PDF button right over there though, download the PDF and print it out because that's all the music for all the different levels. Now, as you'll see in your PDF, in the upper right hand corner, it tells you what level that page is for. So on level 1, you're going to want to have that level 1 page, and then 2 and 3 and 4 and 5, you can just ignore those. Just stay on level 1 for the entire lesson. You will want to find the chart though that has all of the notes listed out with all the letters on it, because that's what you're going to use in order to play your piano along with me when I'm playing. So if we're playing Mary Had a Little Lamb, the track would go something like this. And as I'm playing it, I'll show you where all the notes are and where all the letters are. Don't worry about that. But then you're going to play along with me when I'm playing the track. Now, after we've done level 1, I'll show you everything you need so you can practice the song throughout the week. Then we're going to level up, and that looks like this. And now you can see we're on level 2, right? So at level 2, then it's going to get a little bit more difficult, but each time the track plays, I want you to just play the track that you're on. So if you're on track 1, if you're on level 1, then each time, you know, we're doing our thing, we're going. Each time we start that, I want you to completely ignore the notes that we're playing, and you just play your level. So you would play. Because that's going to work with, the track's going to work with your level every time we play it, no matter what level we're on. So we move on to level 2, 3, 4, 5. You just stay on the one that you're comfortable with. All right, so all of these lessons are completely interactive. That means we want to hear from you right now. So go ahead and click on the chat button right over there. Put in your name. You don't have to put in a password. And then you'll be talking with all the other students who are logged in right now, as well as some of my assistants who can help you and answer some of your questions. If you've got a question, though, that you don't think they're going to know the answer to, and you want to ask me personally, then type your question in the box below this video, and then you'll get your answer to your question directly from me. Now at the end of level 5, we're going to raffle off some prizes. These prizes change up every single week. If you're the winner of the prize, you need to let us know right away what prize it is that you want so we can send that out to you. You can tell my moderator, you can let us know at mailbag@learnpianolive.com, email us there. You can fill out the contact form and let us know, but just tell us what prize you want so we can get that out to you. If you're not the prize winner, or if you want to know how you can earn more points so you can be the prize winner, then just stay tuned after the lesson and I'll let you know. All right, you've been very patient. That's all I gotta say. It's time for the lesson. I hope you've got your PDF. You're ready to ask some questions. I'm ready to answer them. Let's go. All right, welcome to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and I'm about to introduce the in-studio student today, who's a very, very special guest. And so this is what we call killing time right here. But actually, let me introduce first. Okay, there she is. This is Shades with a Z. That way you know that she's cool. Shades with a Z. She's going to be learning the song right along with you for the first time. Okay, get out of here, Shades. All right, and then we also have Kloppel, our always impatient mascot penguin, and he jumps in whenever I'm taking too long, like right now. And also, if you would like to jump in the chat room, then you can chat with our moderator, Kendra. How's it going, Kendra?
It's going good. How's it going with you?
Good. You look a little rushed.
No, not at all. No.
All
Casual.
Right. Anyway, let's jump in. We've got this song from this awesome movie, Sing. I think it's an awesome movie, at least. I don't know. I haven't seen it, of course. I actually don't even know if it's out yet, but I'm very excited to see it, and about the singing competition with all the animals and stuff. Looks pretty funny. Anyway, this song is going to just use these 7 notes right here. And the very first note that you need, as it shows you on your PDF, is an A. So right there, that A is going to be, if you just take any group of 3 black notes, like those right there, or like those right there, and you take the middle note and go just a little bit to the right of the middle note, take that one, the middle note, and just slide it up a little bit, and you'll land right there on an A, and that's your first note. That's going to be the stay. Now, this is one of the easier songs that we've done. That doesn't mean that you're going to necessarily get it by the end of the lesson, but you can tell by our numbers here, a 46 and a 46 that's the left hand and the right hand parts. Those are relatively low numbers compared to some of the other songs we've done. So this might be a good song for you to get started on if you've never done one before. By the way, for all of you who are joining us for the first time ever, welcome. Glad you're here. So our very first thing is going to be an A, and then the note right next to it, just go 1 down. As you can tell, from there to there is not very far down. That line just goes a little tiny bit down. So you're going to go down just a little bit, and then from there you're going to go down 2 notes, from that one down to here, an E. So you're going to start on an A, and then go down 1 note, and then down 2 notes. So that's Stay With Me. The next part is going to be 'cause, which is another skip from this note all the way down to that one right there. 'Cause you're. So stay with me, 'cause you're. And then all I need is going to be E, and then C and C. So that's the E that you played before, same one as that one. And these C's are the same as that one over there. All I need. Let's try that much with the track. And the track is kind of slow-ish, so you should have some time to think about your notes and stuff. Let's try it. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3, go. Stay with me, 'cause you're So that part right there is the first, 2 lines of it. And then down here, as you can see, it's a lot of C's and an E in there. So that one's going to be kind of like this one right here. This is going to be definitely the trickiest line of the whole entire thing. This ain't love, it's clear to see. This ain't love, it's clear to see. This ain't love, it's clear to see. It's going to use just those notes right there. The E, you're going to skip up to the G, then A, and then B, and then A, and then G, and then E. So, this ain't love, it's clear to see. Is going to be the third line, and then, but darling, is C, C, D, and then these notes right here are going to be the exact same as those ones right there. So you can get those. Stay with me is the same as all I need right there. Those two are the same. So it really, if you can pay attention to that third line, really work on that one this week, and then I think this will be way, way easier for you. Let's try this thing. On your mark, get set, and here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Last line is, but darling, stay with me. So then, the ending is kind of slowish there too. So we have some major gaps in here. Stay, that one right there is kind of a long gap, so you kind of have a gap right in there. And then, 'cause you're, we have another kind of a longish gap right there. This ain't love, it's clear to see. Those notes kind of all go along in a line. This ain't love, it's clear to see. This ain't love. I guess it's a little one after love. little break right there. But darling, and then a big break right there. So you should have 3 really big breaks. Okay. So you're gonna have 3 really big breaks in there and then 1 kind of smallish break after This Ain't Love. It's clear to see. Anyway, Kloppel says this is gonna be our last time through. So here we go. On your mark, get set, and a 2, and a 1, 2, ready, go. Stay. This ain't love. This ain't love. It's see. And then, but darling, stay. There we go. Now, the good news is the actual like real song isn't actually that much faster than that one right there. So if that feels kind of slowish, then you're almost ready for the full speed version. But anyway, we'll check that out more on level 2 and 3 and 4. But first I wanted to show you the trailer for this movie, just in case you haven't seen it. It looks pretty funny. Check this out.
If I feel that I could be certain, then I would say the things I want to say to him. Hold it right there!
Go, go, go! Ah! You were supposed to be keeping a lookout!
Sorry, Dad. Just think, your neighbour, the...
Darling, stay with me.
Wow! Come on, you know how much this means to us.
I am lost, I am vain.
Dad, I just don't want to be in your gang. I want to be a singer.
How did I end up with a son like you?
Get you out! Dad, wait, I'll get the money, I promise!
I could really use some extra piano lessons.
Yes, that was very bad.
That piano teacher is the meanest piano teacher in the world. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version, or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
All right, so this is going to be the exact same thing as level 1, except now we're adding in hand position and we're putting on the official lines and spaces called sheet music that all the pros use. So this is kind of just making that first level a little bit more professional. First of all, what I'd recommend is that you go just 1 finger per note up here, starting on that B, 1 finger per note like that, and then you could jump in here with pretty much any 2 fingers in your left hand, either those 2 fingers or those 2 fingers. So the ones I have on the picture are your thumb and pointer finger. So you'd use those fingers for those notes, and then just don't move your fingers. So you're gonna be really tempted to just use a couple fingers and then move them around. Even with a hand position, people still do it. I see that kind of stuff all the time. So just try to dedicate those fingers to those notes and then just stick with that. Anyway, let's check out what this thing looks like on sheet music. So here we've added in 3 notes at the beginning. Oh, won't you? That's a C and an E and a G. So level 1 people start on stay. Oops, I don't know what that symbol is right there. Right on stay. But level 2 and up, we're going to put in oh, won't you at the beginning of it. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. That's the counting for those 3 notes right there. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. And then we've got a break right here, which is why every time when we're counting it off, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it feels like you should play, you don't play yet. We've got a break on beat 1. This one comes in on beat 2. And then same thing over here. We've got 4 and for those 2 notes. So stay with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So that's where those notes go. I got another break right there for right before all, another break right there, another little tiny break right there, and another break right there. So that's where all of your rests are. And if you're in Kloppel Academy level 2 or higher, then you're already messing with rests and stuff like that. So let's try this thing. I think that's all of the notes you need. Oh, also one last thing. This one right here, that's a middle C. It's right below the treble clef. This is the treble clef right here. And whenever you have a note that's right below the treble clef, it's got that little line through it. That's going to be a middle C. All right, that's it. I'll stop talking. Let's start playing. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. There you go. And I don't actually think I have anything else to say on this one this time, so let's just start this thing over again. Make this our last time through before we hit mailbag. And 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, stay with me. 'Cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay And that's the whole entire song. Like I said, this might be a really great song for you to either start if this is your first song that you've ever done, then this is a great one instead of going back in the archives and trying to pick a simpler one. And if you haven't ever taught a song to someone before, this would be a great one to try to teach someone because it's simple enough and uses few enough notes that it'd be a good one to start teaching on. But anyway, it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson, or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this one is from Brandon M. Dear Jamin, does Koppel play any other instruments? I'm afraid because of his flipper situation, this is really the only one. He can strum a guitar, but the chords on it are really difficult for him. So he's just sticking with piano. He just goes up to level 3 pretty much. He can do a little bit of left fin and a little bit of right fin, but any of the chords and stuff from level 4, too hard for him. But let's level up.
Transitioning to level 3. This may be confusing to level 1 and 2 students. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level3 to understand how this level works.
All right, so this is where we add in a little bit of left fin if you are a penguin, or left hand if you are a person. And so let me show you those notes here. This one is just going to use 3 notes, so good news there. And probably if you're in level 2 and you're kind of getting used to using some hand positions and stuff, it'd be good to set up these 3 notes right here in your left hand with a finger on each note. Thumb on an A, pointer finger on an F, and then pinky on a C. Don't tuck these fingers in like I'm doing. I'm just doing that so you can see the notes easier. I would play it like that in real life with those fingers out. So A and F and C, and that's the whole entire thing. As you can see here, we got AFC, 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 AFC. So the trick is to line them up with the appropriate beats here. So for example, on this one, this A is lined up perfectly with that first rest there. So you'd go, oh, won't you? That one right there is lined up with nothing in the right hand. It's lined up with a rest. And then stay. Now it ties over for this note, so you're not going to actually play that note again. You're just going to hang on to it. But during that note is where that F happens. It's lined up with that tied note. So you'd play, oh, won't you? Left hand A. Stay. F. So you see, as I was holding that out, I played that F there because it's lined up with that part of the note that's tied over. With, and then me is actually lined up. So right when you play stay with me, that's when you're going to play that left hand C right there. So it'd be, oh, won't you, left hand, stay, left hand with me. And then you just got to do the same thing on the rest of these, and they're all pretty much the same rhythm. So we've got that lined up with a rest, that lined up with the tied over, the tied over note there, and then the C is lined up with the last note in the measure. Same thing right here. A is lined up with the rest, the F is lined up with the tied over part, and then the C happens with the last note in that measure. The only one that's different is this one just a little bit. Love, it's clear to see. So that F actually gets lined up with a note, and the A actually gets lined up with a note. This ain't love, it's clear to see. But darling, stay with me. So just like that. So we're going to try and add in those 3 notes. I'm going to try it once through, just left hand only, so you can see where that goes. But if you're on level 1 or 2, then play your version, not what I'm doing. Here we go. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you stay? Like I said, if I were you, I would go ahead and just go 1 finger per note and then leave these fingers out. Play it like that. Let's try this one more time, only this time I'm going to play the right hand along with it, and then we're going to check in with shades with a Z. That way you know she's cool. Here we go. 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you stay with me? So we're going to check in with shades and see how it's going. All right, so you had a little bit of time to practice in there and brush your green hair. So do you have the first note? Yes. Okay. Oh, and you don't talk, apparently. No. All right. Something wrong with your throat, maybe. Oh, okay. And your tongue, apparently. So here you go. Give me the first note of the song. Oh, yes. So you're working on level 1. Okay, cool. So yeah, if you're working on level 1, it just starts with an A. I'll count you in, and then we'll go for it. Ready? On your mark. Oh, you don't have any headphones. That's so mean. What kind of a... Well, all right. I'll count you in, and then you'll start there. I'll sing it along with you. On your mark. Get set, and here we go. You're right there. 2. Wait, hang on. And 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you stay with me? And then wait, 'cause you're all I need. Okay, not bad. Yeah, and then wait, this ain't love. It's clear to see. And then, but darling, all right, you know what? We're not hearing any of the track. That was pretty awesome. I gotta give it some shades. That Z does make it cool. You're right. All right, so this is where you point at them and then mouth the words. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 4. This may be unsettling to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level, or visit learnpianolive.com/level4 for an in-depth explanation on how to conquer this level.
All right, so level 4, here we go. This is where we're going to add in a little bit of left hand. Now, this left hand is actually easier than most of the left hands we've done, just because the song is easier than most of the songs that we've done. And so it's going to start with an A and an E in the left hand right here. And it's going to be the exact same rhythm as the level 3 one was, except that we're adding in the note that is a perfect fifth above the lowest note of the left hand from level 3. So if you're in Clapple Academy level 4 or higher, then that probably made sense to you. But perfect fifth just means 7 half steps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's the first one. Stay with me, 'cause you're all I need. This ain't love, it's clear to see, but darling, stay with me. Now, that's the way it's written. If you wanted to, you could go, stay with me, like that. And so you just go down, A, F, and C down there, instead of A and F and C. It's the same exact thing. But anyway, just depends on what you think sounds better. So let's try this thing, and then we'll talk about chords. If you're on level 1 through 3, just play your version. And a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. That's all of the notes that are written in. And like I said, on the actual track, it's a pretty simple track. There aren't a whole lot of notes to it. But if you want to add more notes in, as always, you can add in notes from the chords, like that A minor right there, or the F chord, or the C chord, and those chords are listed on the next page. So right here, we have a C chord, which is C and E and G. So anywhere it says C, you can add in any C or E or G, or C or E or G, or C or E or G, or C or E or G. Any C's or E's or G's that you want. The A minor chord is just A and C and E. So A's and C's and E's are the ones that you can add in during that part. So you could add in, if we added in some more of those notes, oh, won't you stay? It's part of the A minor chord, so you could add in a C and an E down below it, or an A and a C and an E. Stay, and then it switches to a F chord. So F and C, maybe an A in there. With me is a C chord, so it's going to be C's and E's and G's and C's and E's. Probably the only thing you want to do here is just make sure that the note that's written here is the highest note. So you don't want to add in notes that are above it. Like on this last one right here, you've got an E as the highest note. Now technically, these notes are in the C chord, but those are all higher than that, so you'd want to just add in notes from C's and E's and G's. They're down below the melody there. So if you're on Clapple Academy level 5 or higher, you're already doing a lot of this stuff though, adding in notes from chords and stuff. So, and it also means that if you're doing some of this stuff, then there are parts of Clapple Academy level 5 that you're already ready for. So anyway, you might want to jump into that program if you're not already doing that, if you'd like to learn just kind of step by step all the rules for piano and not have to pick them up along the way with these songs and stuff. But anyway, I had a feeling. Leave the script for 1 second. He jumps in. You're taking too long. All right, so it's going to be the last time through. If you're on level 1 through 3, just play your version. If you're on level 4, I'm going to try to add in some chord tones for you. Here we go. And a 2. And a 1, 2, 3. Something like that is what you could add into that. But anyway, it's time for our feature of the day. Right, so today is just a did you know thing. Did you know that the movie Sing is actually put out by a company called Illumination. They made some other movies you might have heard of, like Despicable Me and Despicable Me 2 and Despicable Me 3 and Despicable Me 4 and however many there are, and Minions and stuff. But other than that, they really haven't made that many movies. They did Lorax and they did Secret Life of Pets and Hop. But other than that, this is pretty much all of their movies. So I think they're doing a pretty good job. They just pretty much have Despicable Me and Secret Life of Pets and this one. And actually, Despicable Me 3 is coming out this next summer. And I'm super, super excited about it. So did you know that? That was our feature of the day. Right. Let's level up.
Transitioning to level 5. This may be terrifying to lower levels. Please continue to practice your own level or visit learnpianolive.com/level5 for training on how to survive this level.
They made Minions too, but I think that kind of counts as a prequel. So I think the next one's Despicable Me 3, even though Minions was the third movie. Going with that whole Star Wars craziness. What order are these movies in, people? This is level 5, so with this we're going to get rid of all of the letters, and instead we're just going to play numbers. So this note right here before was known as a C, now it's known as 1, and we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then starts back over again. If you just start up here on 1, oh, won't you, it'd be 1, 3, 5, 6, 5, 3, and then right here, these numbers right there, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, and then these numbers here, 3, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 3. These numbers here, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. If we just try that with the track, it would sound something like this. 1 and a 2. Levels 1 through 4, you can play your version along with this, by the way. Here we go. 1, 3, 5. That is all of the right-hand numbers. Now, down here you also have these numbers, which are the chord numbers. So for the first one, for example, this is a 6 chord. So all that means is you're going to go to the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then play every other note starting on 6. So this is the 6 chord, and if we just look at only the notes for the 6 chord, it would just be these 3 here. Hopefully we can go to the 6 chord. There we go. So it's just these 3 notes right here. And then, of course, you know that you can play, if it's a 6 chord, you can play not only that 6 chord, but any of the notes from any of the 6 chords. So the full thing would look something like this. That note, or that note, or that note, or that note, or that note. Those are the notes that are okay to play for the 6 chord. Now, when it's time for the 4 chord right here, we want to go to the 4, which is this note right here, and then play every other note starting on that one. So we have that one, and that one, and that one. Of course, the full thing would be any of those, or any of those, or that one, or any of them on the whole entire piano. And then when it's time for the 1 chord right there, then of course you go to the 1, and you play any note starting on the 1, every other note, or on this one, you can play every other one. So the full thing would look something like that. Those are all the notes that are allowed during the 1 chord time. So we're going to go 6, 4, 1. We're going to try to show you all of the notes for the 6 chord like this, and then all the notes for the 4 chord like this, and then all the notes for the 4 chord, or for the 1 chord like this. We're going to go 6, 4, 1 through this entire song. That's right, Clapple. We're going to try to get all of these notes in during the track. On your mark, get set. If you're on level 1 through 4, just do your thing, and I'll try to call out these chord numbers. Here we go. So we're going to start on a 6 chord. I'll show you the ones that are allowed. 2, 3, oh, won't you. These are the 6 chord, and then 4 chord right there, and then the 1 chord. And then back up to the 6, because you're 6, 4 chord, 1. And then back up to the 6, right, 6 chord, to the 4 chord, to the 1 chord, and then back up to the 6 chord, 4 chord, 1 chord. And that's kind of the way you think through the song if you're on level 5 is you got all these different options for notes, and then you just have to play the melody on top of that. Claffle, great job. You can go back to our regular view for level 5. Here we go. So here are all those numbers again. So you'll see me playing the numbers for the melody and hopefully some of those chord tones underneath. You're on level 1 through... I knew it. You were so helpful a second ago, and now you're so impatient. All right, here we go. This is going to be a last time through. If you're on level 1 through 4, do your version, and then we're checking in with Shades with a Z, so you know she's cool. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. Oh, won't you? 6 chords. Stay. 4 chord mid. 1 chord. That's some of the ideas that you could use on level 5. Now, before we check in with Shades real quick here, I do want to point out this song is actually in the key of C. So usually this is the part where I play the original song and then try to play the notes that you've been playing, and it sounds horrible. But in this case, if you listen to the original version, it sounds like this.
Oh, won't you stay with me?
And the notes actually fit because this song is actually in the key of C. So the suggested key for this song is the same as the original key, which is what we always played in, which is C. But it's time to check in with Shades, so come on over. I actually got some headphones for you this time. If you want to pick those up. And let's try this thing. See how many of these notes you can play. All right, what level are you on? You're working on level... Oh, you don't know. Okay. Do you want the music? Should I just take this away? You do want the music. Okay. Here we go. I'll take you back to level 1. Yeah, all right. So here we go. It's kind of written on, but good luck. You can either play along with her at home or just watch and see how much she's got. All right. On your mark. Get set. And a 2. Can you hear that? 3. Oh, won't you? Yes. 'Cause you're all I need. Then this ain't love. Wow, perfect. Done. All right. So if you don't have this whole entire song by now, that's perfectly fine. That means you're normal. She's not. She is better at piano and her hair is greener than most people's. So anyway, don't worry about it if you don't have the whole thing. Just keep on practicing it. Send us a video when you have it down. And right now, let's find out if you won the $10 gift card. All right, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks to Shades for being our in-studio student today, and thanks to Popple for keeping us on track. And make sure you do the and thank you, Kendra, for being the chat moderator today. And then next week we're doing the song Feliz Navidad. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Join us. Love you. Bye. Hey, you're still here. Me too. Well, here's what needs to happen next. First of all, click on the survey button. That is probably like right over here. Maybe if you're on the iPad, it's like down here below the video. Anyway, it's right around there. Click on that. Let us know how we did today, and also ask us any questions you might have about this lesson or about any other lesson. You might even be the mailbag winner if you include your name in that. And then after that, you're going to go to the music challenge, which is a button probably right up here, up above the video. And so click on the music challenge. You can come back every single day and fill out the code thing and get your points for doing that. So you got your music challenge thing to do after you do the survey. And then after you've practiced the song up, then go to the one up here that says, right over here probably, student videos, and then take a video of yourself on your phone or your iPad or whatever, and then send us your video, and maybe you could even be the featured video and you get points for doing that. And then if you have any questions, click the contact button that's also up there somewhere. Anyway, I don't know. But click on that. Let us know if you have any questions. And we'll see you back here next week. All right. Thanks for joining us. It was a lot of fun. See ya.